So I was thinking about this. You know, we talked about during this football season, we'd do an episode per week, and that was kind of what we've done this whole football season. Obviously, we're approaching the end, and we talked about in the off season doing it to like maybe doing like twice like every other week.
Yeah.
My question now, because of that, is when does season 2 begin? Because we decided to go with the format of season 1, right?
That's a good question.
Should it end like after the Super Bowl? Should this off season that we're like approaching, this whole period, should that be part of next season, or should that be the end of this season? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was thinking about that today.
Season 3, halfway through season 2.
There you go.
Let's start doing like prequels and stuff.
Prequels.
Yeah, we're like reacting.
Spin-off show.
Reacting to the 2018 season. It's a prequel.
Week by week. We like shave our faces, go like fresh baby faced, pretend it's like 2018.
Do it in my mom's basement.
The quality of like the podcast, not saying it's high quality, but the quality is just like terrible.
Recorded on like an iPhone 9 instead. Just a little tiny camera.
It's like 480p. Welcome back, baby. Jets Up North podcast, episode 21.
Crazy.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
21. We got a banger for you today. We took a week off just to kind of rest. You know, it was our bye week.
A little bye week.
Playoffs here. But we got some fun stuff to talk about today. So we're going to talk about the playoffs because there's 4 teams left. And we'll talk about, some of the games up to this point because there's been some bangers, been some duds, but we'll talk about all that. Then we're going to do a little goat off. We hinted at it when we did the woat off a couple of weeks back. But we're going to be positive today. We're going to talk about some good things with this team, with the Jets. Because guess what? There is a couple of positives. It isn't all negative. It's mostly negative.
There's at least one positive.
That it ended.
Maybe 2. Yeah.
The season ended. That's the biggest
season
positive.
ended.
And then after that, there was a little bit of rumors swirling around today on Jets Twitter about new uniforms. We will get into that as well. Is that something coming up on the horizon? We'll let you know. And then lastly, the third episode of season 1, episode 21, episode 3.
The third episode
of Name That Jets.
Let's go.
I'll be quizzing Adam today. I told him before recording that I tried to up the difficulty a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. But without further ado, man, what do you think of the playoffs so far? How do you what's your
Honestly,
overall?
man, it's been pretty fun seeing like the Packers make a little run. Same with
Texans,
the Bucks, the Texans.
I
mean,
a couple of upsets.
I was low key kind of happy to see the Texans get booted just because I was envious of them.
Yeah.
I'm honestly probably supporting the Lions throughout the playoffs.
Me too.
So
I feel like a
been nice to see
majority
them.
of NFL fans
literally.
you look at these teams and you're like there's 3 teams that are always there, and then the Lions. So you gotta root for those guys.
And like honestly, I kind of want to see Ravens Lions in the Super Bowl. So those are my teams.
Because that game last year was like one of the best games of the year when JT hit the 66-yarder. It was last year when they played. So I'm like, they're primed to have a good matchup again. Yeah, I think that's I totally agree with that. What do you think of the Cowboys and Eagles losing wild card?
I laughed at that, honestly. It was like the Packers. I don't know.
That
I
came
thought
out
that
of
was
nowhere.
Hilarious.
I love the Packers. They were the first 7 seed ever to win.
And then, isn't that crazy, actually? Like, damn.
7 seed's been a bust since they introduced it, which is kind of unfortunate. I was hoping that it would benefit the Jets in some way. It hasn't
and
yet,
the
but
Bills, kind of like the Eagles, it was kind of, I feel like you could predict it almost. The writing was on the wall. I didn't expect the Eagles to like burn out like that. But
I know, hey?
But
the Jets made the blueprint.
They did, yeah. They made the blueprint, which is hilarious.
Shut up, Bryson.
What did you think of that? Yeah, shut up, Bryson.
I love seeing the Cowboys get upset. That's always great. The Jets still
because your uncle's a Cowboys fan. Right?
Yes, he is, but he's like a cool Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
So I don't like. I feel he's like a Cowboys fan. I feel bad for.
Yeah,
he's not a Cowboys fan that I'm like.
Yeah.
But the Eagles, I kind of feel bad because Bryson, Eagles fan.
Yeah.
Felt bad. I reached out to him and gave my condolences, but he's like we didn't even deserve to win. So it sounds like it's basically what he was saying after the Jets beat him too. Did you see the memes of the Cancun Bowl or whatever between the Eagles and the Cowboys?
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
That's hilarious. It's actually wild that they both got eliminated like that. Like
I know Packers 49ers was really good. That was one of my favorite games.
Yeah.
Packers probably should have won that game from my perspective.
Honestly, if they should have hit that field goal, man.
Yeah. There was just a couple things there that just
totally.
But Packers bright future, which sucks saying.
Yeah.
I mean, ever since the Rodgers trade and the beef with them, it's like kind of annoying.
In 17
but I cheer for
years, we'll be chilling with.
We'll have Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Yep, true. He'll get at least one ring with them. So,
Yeah.
that was a cool game. It was really. I was kind of hoping to see the Packers and the Lions in the NFC Championship. It
Yeah.
would be really cool to
That would
see.
have been wild.
But moving forward here, I just don't want the Chiefs to win. I wanted them to win last week against the Bills, which I feel like most
Yeah.
Jets fans did. But now it's just like, honestly, I'm fine with if the Ravens went all the way even with Lamar, that'd be pretty cool too.
If it's Niners Chiefs, we riot.
I know.
Anything
we
but that.
We saw this already.
I know. It's like anything but that.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. Wild card round is always but you get to divisional and conference championships.
Oh yeah.
Great football games.
Oh yeah.
Like the Chiefs and the Bills was also another great game that we watched.
Yeah.
Could have went either way.
Bills threw that one away.
That Diggs drop.
Yeah.
That big, just yeah.
Diggs kind of stinky now. Like I wonder if it's gonna come out that he needs surgery on something. Like the last 6 games, he's just I have to wonder if he'd been dealing with something or if he just completely fell off a cliff.
Or
like,
if he's mentally checked out or something. Like
maybe
getting to that point with Buffalo. Have you seen there's the one meme of the Bills circle and it was lose up to the Chiefs in the playoffs and the next step is Stephon Diggs tweeting a cryptic thing about hating the Bills, and then it's just the circle, and then it's everyone's saying they're fine, there's no drama. Stephon Diggs reports the training camp.
Goes around.
They suck, they go on a run, they make playoffs.
The memes were really funny, especially the one that you sent me where it was actually the Bills that gave the Chiefs Mahomes in the the trade back.
Yeah, it was man, they were the one tweet that was
they really
gave
their greatest op. Literally, and then the other one was it was that picture of Diggs standing watching the Chiefs, and then
how many years?
But then there was 3 of him, so it was 3 in a row of him watching the Chiefs.
What's Blood doing or whatever?
Yeah,
Blood thinks he's coming back. All those memes of Diggs watching the confetti rain down an Arrowhead. Oh.
I feel bad for him in a way, but also I don't.
How about the kick getting missed for the Bills?
Dude.
And it was wide right, and of course Jim Nantz had to make a wide right joke. Dude, if I was a Bills fan watching that, and of course you had to that's like us getting reminded of the butt fumble at every turn is wide right for them. That sucks, but it's hilarious from an outsider perspective.
I do kind of pity them in a way, just even though they're division rivals, they are the least annoying division rivals.
Agreed.
So in a way, I do feel a little bad for them, given like that. They're in that Raptors era before they got Kawhi, where you're just good enough to get there, but then you just get shit on by LeBron every year. That's Mahomes, and that hurts a lot, man. It adds up. So I can feel for their fans, but at the same time, as a Jets fan, I'm kind of laughing at it. You know, it's
Yep. It's funny from an outsider for sure.
It is, yeah.
You said Lions all the way. You want Lions, Ravens.
I want Lions, Ravens.
There we go. Okay.
I also love that jersey matchup. The purple and the powder blue.
Yeah, with some silver.
So
in there.
Nice, yeah.
Moving on now here. We're going to give away some awards. It's these are good ones this time. So last time we did the Woad Off.
Best podcast host. Colin Adam.
Consensus. Unanimous. Hey, congratulations. Put it there. Anyways, so earlier, a couple episodes back, we did the Woad Off, which we talked about worst play, worst game, worst acquisition, worst moment, and worst least valuable player. So we're gonna do positive stuff today. Actually, we're trying to put some smiles on the faces at home. So today we're gonna go through the same categories, but the greatest since it's the Goat Off. So first things first here, Adam. Greatest play. I'll say mine first.
Sure.
I said Garrett Wilson, week 1 touchdown.
Yep.
I said honorable mention, the Gibson return. That one was very close.
Both valid.
Back and forth.
Both very valid.
I think for me, just because I am a Garrett Wilson fanboy, probably #1 fan in the world. The athleticism on that catch to play defense, tip it to yourself.
So
the
sick,
Joe Buck
dude.
on it. If you watch it back, his call is actually really good.
It is.
Of Joe Buck.
Yeah.
So it makes it.
Dude, I watched that clip so many times.
You get
many.
the wow he goes. It just you get chills, and just knowing that it was what sparked us to kind of get this comeback on Monday Night Football after the heartbreak. It was just a very it was the spark that we needed that jump started the whole that one game that we had hope after going 1-0.
Yeah.
So. Well, tell me yours now.
It's pretty funny.
It's a good one.
It is a good one. It's the Garrett Wilson again, but it's his preseason tud from Rodgers against the Giants. I watched that clip even more than the week 1 Garrett Wilson touchdown.
I want to go back and watch because one of the episode 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Because that was right after the Giants touchdown happened, and we were so giddy over it.
So. Obviously, that's kind of a joke. That's maybe not.
Yeah.
That doesn't really count. But in my opinion, that really
That's the only glimpse that we got to see.
Yeah, so I was like,
I think that's a good one.
I think I stand on that. I plant my flag.
I like it. I like your pick. I think my pick wins.
Oh, I
it's
totally
a real
agree.
play, but I
Yeah.
think yours is great for the conversation piece.
Yeah.
I'm glad that, you know what, like, at least he played it. Like, if Rodgers was gonna get hurt, if you knew Rodgers was gonna get hurt week 1, at least we got to see him. Like, aren't you happy we at least got to see a drive or two? You got to see him throw a quick pass to Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
You got to see him throw at least a preseason touchdown.
I suppose, yeah.
Versus him
Even
tearing his
just
Achilles
not.
and not playing preseason.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
you
a good
know,
point.
we got to see it. You got to come on the field and do
That's
the
like
I love you and
that is some crazy like
silver lining.
Yeah, silver lining.
There we
yeah.
go. All right, next one here. Greatest game.
Mhm.
There's not many to pick from, but
Mhm.
there is a couple.
Mhm.
I'll let you go first.
I said the Broncos game.
Yeah.
We talked about this beforehand, and I originally I was going to do the Eagles,
Mhm.
but the Broncos kind of stuck out in the sense that they talked all that smack from Sean Payton.
I know the
Right.
storylines, right?
And like when you and I did the record predictions, I think we both chalked it as a W. Like, how could you not?
that was when, like, even when it was happening in preseason, it was like, oh, that's a game you circle
Yeah.
on the calendar,
Yeah.
right? Which we did right from
So
the beginning.
for us to show up and actually take care of business, we're still so young that we're like still learning how to win.
Yeah.
So it's good when you have a game like that it's like
pride. It
that
was
one
like
was for
more than
pride,
just
and they showed up and they
standings.
won.
It was
It
like
would have been so.
yeah.
There was a lot more on the line for us than there were on the Broncos,
Yeah, I agree.
and we took care of business, which is good. And unfortunately, there just weren't other games really that could compete.
And the
with
ending, yeah, there wasn't other games, but the
Yeah.
ending of the Broncos game was also really fun. We have the clip
Yeah.
here where I was losing my mind watching the Bryce Hall. That was a great,
The
like,
touchdown.
Quincy Williams getting a
Yeah.
sack, and then like a
Yeah.
play later getting the strip sack
Mhm.
and the Bryce Hall
Mhm.
touchdown. What a way for it to end! It was the only crappy part is like that game was this close to them Broncos winning.
I know,
because the Jets kind of just couldn't like score touchdowns.
couldn't
which was
like
the issue.
close,
They were getting drives in and moving the ball, but
and
it was just nothing.
nothing was
field
being.
goal.
Yeah.
So that's a good pick. I, as Adam kind of spoiled, I picked the Eagles.
Mhm.
That was a game where we were wanting to right before the bye, going into it. We were trying to get 3-3 after starting the season 1-3. We watched it with Bryson all the year from all the way to the beginning. Adam's like, we've never beaten them in the history of the world
The world ever.
ever in the regular season. And Adam's like, we're beating them this year. And I'm like, I don't know. And this one, the Eagles were undefeated. They were 6-0 or
And we
whatever.
We lost Rodgers. It's
And
not
we
like
lost
were-
Rodgers, Zach Wilson. Like, I still to this day don't know how we won that game. I mean, it was like all the turnovers that Jalen Hurts
Yeah,
had.
it
But
was.
it was a great game. It was fun.
It was
I mean,
fun.
Like, at least we got a fun game.
It had everything in it where it was like nerve-wracking,
Very dramatic.
fun,
Yeah.
dramatic, and then we won.
Remember Sanchez bashing the Jets, being like, they should have wasted the clock here.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about Sanchez. I forgot he was on call for that game. That's so funny.
I guess,
actually.
yeah. And he's like, should have ran the ball here. I don't know
Mark.
about that one. And then the Jets just
He's
took care of business.
talking smack.
Yeah. So, I think, and then after that was the Giants win. They were 4-3.
Yeah,
That's crazy to think about.
I know. Even like last year too, when we were, what were we, 7-4?
7-4 after the Bears game. Yeah,
Brutal.
I know. So I think we both picked good ones. I think that's pretty close. I'd say that's a
Yeah.
tie, if not.
Sure, tie. Yeah.
Yeah. Greatest acquisition. I
Yeah.
put outside of Rodgers because
Mhm.
obviously Rodgers is our
Yeah.
greatest acquisition, even though he didn't play more than 4 snaps.
Yeah.
I said Joe Tippmann.
Mm-hmm.
It's good timing because today I had to look this just to verify. He was the Pro Football Writers Association voted Joe Tippmann was all rookie center. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, good for him.
So congrats to the Tip, man.
The tip.
When he was drafted, I remember messaging you and being like, I am more excited for this Joe Tippmann pick than the McDonald pick.
Yeah.
And it started slow. I was
It did.
nervous in preseason because he was like third string.
Yeah.
He was not getting the first team reps. There was reports of him like underwhelming as fuck. And then he just obviously with all the injuries that we had to have, he had to play.
He gave me the vibes of just like a 10-year
I hope
guy.
so. Him and AVT locking it down.
Yeah. Like he might not ever be a superstar, but every time you buy Madden, he'll always be there like 85 overall.
That'd be great.
Chilling there. Just like
The mullet.
yeah, just a consistent guy, and that's exactly what you want. You
Yeah.
want that beside like AVT.
Yeah.
That's how you build like
And
a
that
nice
was
core.
and it was an important pick because it was the first center taken in the draft because John Michael Schmitz was also up there. That was the 1A 1B to everybody, and the Giants got John Michael Schmitz, and he was also having a decent year. But
Yeah.
but Joe Tippmann to win all rookie center, that kind of tells it all. So
Good for Joe.
yeah, how about you, Adam? What's your greatest acquisition?
I said the legacy jerseys.
Hell yeah, dude.
And I think
rest in peace to the intern that leaked them. Remember on the Jets IG, and then everyone was like sharing it.
That's a great morning.
Yeah,
because you just wake up and you're like, oh,
and it was like a sliver of like CJ Uzomah, and everyone's like, let's go. Yeah.
And honestly, I think like we'll get to this in a bit.
Yep.
But they're so sexy compared to like anything we've had.
It's the white face mask. For
me. It is. It's just the whole thing for me. Like, it's just, it actually looks clean.
I'm excited to see Garrett rocking that number 5 next year.
In the legacy jersey.
That's gonna be the
so nice, dude. For
sure.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay, greatest moment here.
Who do you think wins greatest acquisition?
Oh yeah, I think it's yours. I think the legacy jerseys, because how long as Jets fans have we been asking for the old logo,
and we finally
got it.
Yeah.
And the game, and like we got some good games in them, like wearing them. It was the week 1 game, obviously.
Yeah.
It was the Chiefs game, and was it just those two? Was there a third one?
I think it might have just been those two, actually. But man, that Bills game, if Rodgers stayed healthy, dude, that would have been insane.
I still to this day think of that first Brees run.
Yeah, when you were like, we're going to Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
See ya. Getting my tickets. I know.
Brutal.
Crazy.
Life comes at you fast, man.
Yeah.
Like one moment you're on top of the world.
Next you're just in the depths,
literally.
Dude. Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever gone from 100 to 0
so fast.
That quick in my life, in any facet of my life before.
That's going to be like 50 years from now when like you think of Aaron Rodgers, because like, you know, as a lot of people
when I'm
do.
tweaking in the retirement home and someone says like Grease or something, and I think they said Brees, and I'm like
just yelling it. Everyone's like, what's going on? Is it like a grandchild or something? It's like, no. Okay, moving on here to the greatest moment. I'm going to let you go first.
Yeah.
Take the lead, bro.
Greatest moment. I went personal on this one instead of like just like a team greatest moment, but for me it was being in MetLife in person and being around other Jets fans and
Hell yeah.
doing the chant and just, you know, soaking it all in, getting to see guys like Sauce,
being
Garrett.
in your element.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. With the people. And it's always fun with the Giants fans too. I don't know, there's just like it's almost like brothers competing.
Yeah.
Like I never see them as like rivals, so to speak. It's more so just like
I get what you're saying.
And it's like the Giants would score or something, and all the Giants fans would be like, ah, and then the Jets would score or whatever, and the Jets fans would be like, Jay, like in their faces.
That's good. It was like playful.
It was
like
playful.
Positive. It was like, you know, obviously like competitive, but it wasn't like you go some places and people are fucking rude.
So yeah, that was
thing. Or like cross the line, but there's no
literally.
That's awesome.
Yeah. What was your greatest moment?
Mine, pretty simply, was just that slow motion clip of Rodgers coming out of the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've watched that back so many times now. It's the great meme of just like representing something that was gone too
short-lived.
Yeah, right? And so it's funny that we got that out of it in an ironic way.
Yeah, I guess, I suppose.
But
hopefully
also,
they're going to use that on us if we get bounced out of the playoffs early next year. They're going to be like, Jets playoff run. It's going to be Rodgers
first round. It's like the L instead of the flag.
Literally.
It's going to be the Chargers, because that's like something the Chargers social media team would do. That's funny. They're going to use that clip.
We created our own greatest weapon.
Yeah. Oppenheimer.
Yeah. What have I done?
The drops are
That's funny.
I think yours is the greatest moment. Even just talking to you, like we were messaging throughout the game.
Yeah. That
whole experience, I was being like, for you to go and me able to just live vicariously through you.
I wish it wasn't pouring so hard, because I would have been able to text you more.
I know.
It was so brutal because I had like the
poncho
on, and I would take my head and go under it and pull my arms in the sleeves, and I was like texting you like this. But then I was like, well, now I can't watch the game. So I had to go back up and watch the game, and I literally couldn't have my hands outside it. It's so brutal, but
you got to watch. You got to watch Tommy DeVito.
Yeah.
The beginning, it was the origin. Yeah. Even though I still don't know why they didn't trust him to throw a single pass, but then he was the starter for like 5 games.
I got to see him like 10 yards away from me.
Yeah, he ran the touchdown.
He like yelled at Brett, Jeremy, and I.
You got to see Punt God.
I did. Go off.
He was.
How many punts did he have that game? Like 13?
Something. It was
ridiculous.
Insane. And then he won an AFC. Like he
won the special.
He won the Hemi Award that week too.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. I mean, I love that for him. I would have loved if it was a different game that had happened, not the game I went to. But
I know but I think that's it's a great story. Like that's something that, like we said before. Like you're always gonna be like something you're always gonna remember. So
yeah, totally.
It's a great trip. It was at least like it's better that the Jets won, because now after all that you're like, man, I got to see the Jets. It was Jets win, but
100%. It
was great. All right, last one here. Most valuable player.
Mm-hmm.
My pick is kind of a little bit easy. I mean, I say Garrett Wilson.
Yeah. I totally get that.
Like I think Breece Hall is also up there.
Yeah.
But I think Breece Hall, for him, like, there's a lot to say about Breece Hall with the run, with how bad this offensive line was, this year, and how hard it would be for a running back to work with offensive linemen that are always shifting.
Yeah.
But to counter that, I'll say, imagine being a receiver and you're getting a new quarterback every single week, and they're all bad, and you're still able to put up 1,000 yards.
And you're getting
back-to-back
safety
season.
help often.
And your other best receiver is Alan Lazard half the time, or Randall Cobb. Like,
literally, so bad.
Garrett Wilson is it's a blessing that he hasn't gotten injured so far these 2 years, because he's not like,
he loves to scare us like every game.
He does.
He leaves.
And he hurt his elbow
plays.
this year. Like, he had that elbow arm sleeve on for a bit.
Robot arm.
He does love to scare us, and he scared us last week of the season too. But it's because he is thinner. But that's part of like how he moves so well.
Mm-hmm.
But what comes with that is you get some. You're smaller, right?
Yeah.
But that was my MVP. You tell me yours. Fair. I think I like yours better. But I just wanted to do something offensive.
I think Garrett's. You could make
an argument.
Totally for Garrett. Like,
some of the stuff that he says too, like post game, he's a leader. He is an absolute leader.
He's a dog.
And my worry is that he's so passionate that he wants to win so badly. And he wants to win with the Jets.
Oh, yeah.
But if the Jets are continuously doing what the Jets do,
same with
he'll
Breece.
be gone.
Yeah.
And that's scary.
Sauce gives me the vibes of a guy who could ride it out, but Garrett and Breece.
It depends. We'll see.
Like,
I know.
Well, my most valuable player was Quincy Williams.
Hell yeah.
I think his surgence. I was gonna say resurgence, but it's not like he was ever.
It was a Surgence 1.
Yeah, Surgence 1. Dude, he just
next year's the Resurgence.
Yeah, entered this like upper echelon.
All pro season. That's crazy.
Absolute stud. Every game you'd watch, he was making plays,
flying
which is
around.
insane. And it's crazy to have like in the league. Obviously, there's brothers that are like those like A-tier players,
the Bosas, the Watts,
the Kelseys.
Yeah,
and they're never on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
And we have 2 that are on the same team, which is crazy. 2 all-pro brothers.
That's crazy.
Like, that's a crazy stat.
Do they have a third brother? Can we bring him on?
I'm trying to think.
Can he play offensive line?
It's Quinoa Williams. I'm trying to think of another Q.
Quinoa?
Yeah. It was named after the cereal.
That's great. I think Quincy's the call there too. Mm-hmm. I remember our discussions. I remember how nervous we were about linebacker going into this year.
Right.
Like, CJ's getting older.
And then it turns out
is it Jamie and Sherwood?
It turns out of all the position groups other than like corner, that was like the one we had to worry about the least. Like, literally, it's like.
I think part of the credit goes to Ulbrich and the Jets coaching staff too.
I think so.
Because Quincy each year got better. The first year he was like. He wasn't on the field all the time. We had a lot of Quan, and then it was like kind of like and then it was kind of each.
Well, he was a very one direction guy. He would just like hit the hole
for the running plays, but him in passing downs.
Now
like,
he's
I remember the Chiefs game where he was like covering Kelsey.
I think Salah. I'm not saying he's anything like Fred Warner. Fred Warner is just in another tier.
Yeah.
But I think Salah took what he learned from teaching Fred Warner and applied that to Quincy.
I've talked about this before, but there was the Salah press conference story where he talked about when he was with San Fran, they scouted Quincy at linebacker and Dre Greenlaw, who just had a pick the other day in the conference round. And I think he wanted to take Quincy, but Quincy was taken by Jacksonville just before, so they took Greenlaw.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's crazy.
That says a lot. Saw something.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. That says a lot about JD bringing him in as soon as he was on waivers from Jacksonville as well. So
love to see it.
Yeah. So that's awesome. Okay, moving on now. We gotta keep this ball rolling. So there were some rumors going on today. Yeah. I don't know if you saw. There's an NFL page called NFL Fashion Advice. Do you follow them at all?
No, I don't follow them, but I know of them.
All they do is just talk about like uniforms and stuff.
And just like the swag of each team and stuff.
And
like that.
I'm a fan of that kind of stuff, so I think it's really cool. Anyways, they pointed out that when teams are about to get so every 5 years, the rule in the NFL is every 5 years you can change your uniform, you're eligible. But if you do it, you have to wait obviously 5 years.
Yeah.
The Jets did it 5 years ago, and we just hit that point that and guess what? All we've done in these uniforms is fucking lose.
Yeah.
So now, rumoredly, according to Fanatics, you'll see the Canadian prices, not the American prices. The Jets jerseys are on sale, but interestingly enough, not the legacy jerseys.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? And also, it's jerseys on sale for a player that's not. Like, leaving.
That's why I got Rodgers.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm trying to think of someone who's leaving. It's not. Randall Cobb. It's not
Randall Cobb or whoever, like a guy who's on the fence
or whatever, or an old Jermaine
like
Johnson.
it's Rodgers who the team is like built around.
Yeah, or
his jerseys are on sale.
Yeah,
and half price.
There's a Brees one right there. That's not so very interesting. Why are you? So you hinted at before, kind of about the greatest acquisition being the legacy jerseys.
Yeah.
If we get uniforms, is that what you're wanting? Is basically just a home and away version of that?
Yeah, and I saw people on Twitter. I could send it to Greg, but there was a black version as well.
I saw that too. Yeah, we'll have to send Greg the mock-up because those are nice.
And then the green would just be like a swap of it. It would just be the Sack Exchange green versions. Keep the logo like the one on the legacy white face mask.
The numbers are perfect.
Yeah, the font is amazing. I love that there's no like stupid ugly New York on the chest.
The line that overstay their welcome. Like, come across into the front a little bit. I never liked that either.
I love how they're so clean, man. It makes the team actually look like.
I love the stripes on the arm compared to like up high.
Dude, stripes are so much better than the arrow point line thing.
Yep.
Fuck the point.
And if Nike fumbled uniforms,
they're so bad.
Like remember the old Tampa, the alarm clocks?
Yeah,
the Jaguars with the two-tone helmet?
Yeah.
Like these Jets ones?
I don't understand. It actually blows my mind that they are able to like create stuff like that. Then you like scroll on Twitter
and some Joe Schmo who
with
has
like 3 followers makes a better jersey.
The most beautiful Cardinals uniform edit you've ever seen.
Hire that guy.
Each detail of like this is dedicated to this and this is dedicated to that and this.
It actually blows my mind.
And it's like that's so well thought and so perfect and beautiful. And then it's like here is just a red uniform with like silver Cardinals on the front. It's like
blows my mind.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm gonna pull up, or we'll get Greg to put up a picture here. I honestly wouldn't even hate it to go back to these uniforms.
Yeah,
I still think these are timeless.
Yeah,
the helmets, maybe you could like the white helmets. The logo I would improve upon.
Yeah,
but I love the shoulders, the leg stripes. The shade of green is cool.
The worst part of these jerseys or these like uniforms for me was the helmets were always like off-white. And I hated that.
Sometimes in certain lighting, the greens
white.
didn't line up either. Yeah.
So it's like, this is a good like plan B if it comes down to it. They're timeless, like you said. They're classic. And they look like professional. The last 5 years, our team is just, unless we're wearing the stealth blacks or the all whites, our team just doesn't look like it belongs in the league. It looks like a weird, like,
it sucks
high school team.
Our first... I'm gonna say all 5 years we've been bad, but our first 3 years of them were Gase.
Like, literally, and it just tainted.
2 years, brutal. And so like every memory, I just think, you know what I look of when I see these jerseys? I think of Braden Mann tackling the Rams punt return. I think of seeing ghosts. I think of all these.
I think of the very incredibly cringe reveal party for them.
Oh my gosh, them dancing on a stage and everything. I know.
I think it's Jamal Adams.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. Just get these away. Yeah. Like, I'm excited to be in the point where these are just a long memory.
Like a Jeopardy question.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll keep a close eye there. Hopefully it's something, pretty epic. But I guess we'll see. Now, Adam, are you ready?
Yeah. I'm closing this so I don't cheat.
Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 3rd episode of Name That Jet. I don't know. You know the rules. Yeah. I got some clues here, Adam. I'm just going to keep kind of rattling them through. I got 4 different players here, and we'll just see how it goes.
Okay. Hopefully I get more than 0.
Yeah. I feel like if you the goal should always be 3, I feel. If you get above 550,
fair.
All right, you ready? Mm-hmm. I was the first player taken in my position in the 2014 NFL Draft.
2014, okay.
I feel like that kind of gives it away already. C.J. Mosley was drafted right before me.
Oh.
Right before me. Jets legend C.J. Mosley. PFF placed me on the all-rookie team. I was part of the trade that sent Jets legend Demario Davis back home.
Oh.
Jamal Adams replaced me, and Jets fans haven't thought about me since.
Calvin Pryor.
There you go. Yep.
That dude, I remember.
He doesn't have an Instagram, but I just looked at his Twitter. He has remember he had dreads? He's buzz cut now.
I remember thinking he was going to be so sick.
He had like a couple games in the 1 year under Bowles.
Dude, he was so slow. Man.
Yeah. And not good in coverage. He was just a big hitter in college.
Yeah, that's all he was, man. Oh,
there was like a couple games where he covered Gronk.
That just brought back so many goofy memories. I
thought he was, and Clinton Dix was the safety taken after him by the Packers.
Yeah.
That 2014 draft, if you go look it up, is like a bunch of like Hall of Famers, like Khalil Mack, Aaron Donald. Yeah. So it's a crazy draft. Odell, like all those, Mike Evans.
Oh right, that was the stacked receiver.
That's that draft. Yeah. So it's unfortunate the Jets came away with an underwhelming safety that we replaced 2 years later with 2 safeties in the first and second round. So good job. 1-0. Ready? Next one.
Yep.
I was an undrafted free agent.
Okay.
Doesn't give you much. I was a New York Jet my entire career. I was primarily a special teams player.
Yeah.
However, my only interception I have happened in a game that sparked an improbable comeback.
Okay.
I wore a visor so you wouldn't see the lack of hair on my face and head.
Oh.
Last one. Don't Google me now. You'll find my arrest warrant from 2022 for, I don't know if you can say this on YouTube, A-wording 2 women.
Oh. What's his name? I have it on the tip of my tongue.
Do you know like what game I'm talking about? The comeback?
No, actually, but I think
I can tell you that.
Yeah.
That was 2015 Jets. That was the Jets-Giants game where the Giants were up a bunch.
Yeah.
And a pick happened in the Jets. Giants were like at like the 15, about to score, go up like 3 possessions, and that pick got them the ball back. They scored, got the ball back, scored, and then got into overtime, won.
Oh. I don't want to ask for hints anymore. I feel like that kind of gives it away.
I can give you initials. I feel like initials are always like that's like a nice good last hint.
Yeah.
RM.
Why can't I?
You'll know this once I say it. I feel like this is a good like Jets legend.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
I don't know.
You ready? Rontez Miles.
Rontez Miles.
He must have that condition that
what's
Josh Dobbs has. Because he doesn't have eyebrows or anything.
Alopecia.
Yeah.
Alopecia.
Anyways, I'm surprised he didn't get that one.
I
googled him, and the first thing, like
that's so
second
funny.
thing that was right there was like
arrest warrant.
I was like, do I not put this in now? 1-1. That's okay.
I'm gonna rally here.
You need to finish strong now.
Yep.
I played for the Jets from 2013 to 2014. I played offense primarily and a little bit of defense.
Interesting.
Cole and Adam each have more career NFL receiving yards than me.
Okay.
This might give it away. My most memorable moment was chasing down and tackling Sammy Watkins while he started celebrating before scoring a touchdown.
Oh, frick. I don't know.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know the play, but I don't know. That play's iconic, man.
That was his rookie year, Sammy Watkins.
I remember thinking
E.J. Manuel was throwing to him.
E.J. Manuel. That's so fun. Wow, that's a...
This one might be a little bit tough.
Can I have initials? I don't think I'm going to get this one, though.
S.H.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Salim Hakeem.
Salim. That's really funny. No, I was not going to get that. The name, I remember in Madden.
All right, you're 1 and 2.
1 and 2 right now.
You're not going to reach 75%, but there's a chance for you to reach 50. Are you ready?
Okay, yeah.
So this is a good baseline for me to learn that like obviously like these last 2 were a little bit tougher. So now I know next time I'm like, okay, maybe a little bit lower. But you ready for this one?
Yeah, I hope so.
I made the All-Pro and the Pro Bowl for the Jets in my only season with the team. In that season, I had a total of 3 touchdowns.
Okay.
After that season, I signed with the Bills.
Andre Roberts.
Yeah.
Nice.
I didn't get to say the last one.
Sorry. What is?
That's okay.
Sorry.
I only did Fortnite dances when I scored touchdowns.
Sorry, that's a good one.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
This was 2018, rookie Sam Darnold.
That's so funny.
We had, him as an all-pro returner with Jamal and Jason Myers.
Goat, yeah.
And I just, he did, if in case you're wondering what, I'll get Greg to put the clips here, but I only know I can confirm 2. So he scored 3 touchdowns. 2 of the touchdown dances were Jubilation, which is this one, pretty good, and then he also did Take the L, which is pretty good.
Right, he did the
Jets Packers overtime game, like with Darnold and Rodgers going shot for shot. He had like a kickoff return in that one.
Oh yeah, I do recall.
So, yeah,
there's a funny GIF on Instagram of Baker Mayfield doing the Take the L.
Yes,
I love
like
sending that.
Thing.
Yeah,
I like him doing like the orange justice.
So funny,
so good. Those gifs are always used when Baker has like a bad game and it's like 60%
or like
completion.
If
like
I'm if I'm in an argument with like one of my boys or something, I just send that as a response. It's Baker.
Nice. 2 for
that was
2.
Fun.
That's okay. So now,
I passed, sort of.
You did. I mean,
you mercy passed.
50% pass. We can go that rule. Yeah. I was really hoping, I just want you for my personal preference. I'd like you to get 3 out of 4.
Yeah.
We're both going to close our eyes, and I'm going to count them from 3 to 1.
Yeah.
And I want us just to both to name a Jet player that comes into our head. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Leonard
Robbie
Williams.
Anderson. Oh, we're close. They're on the same. They're on the same.
We're
team for a
close.
bit.
We're close. I just thought of the nut in your eye.
Okay, you ready? One more time. 3, 2, 1.
Blau
Tremaine
Powell.
Johnson.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Fuck. That was pretty close. Okay, we're done.
Let's just do that for an hour on the pod, just over and over until we get it.
Until we actually get one.
Live stream it, like those old
like
Mr. Beast.
I was about to
videos.
say the old Mr. Beast challenge.
So we can link up on that. Our minds connect, but we can't connect.
Like before Mr. Beast became big, where he would just count to 1,000,000.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3,
Dude,
4,
I'm sweating
5,
after
6,
that.
7.
I don't know why that was so funny. Okay.
That's funny.
Anyways, and with that concludes episode 21 of Jets Up North. As always, thank you for flying with us. That was a blast. That was fun. Nice to be back at it again. Yep. We'll be back again next week. We're going to talk about we can talk about the Pro Bowl, I guess, a little bit, because that's coming up. We can talk about Super Bowl matchup. We can talk about our playoff pool that we did with Ryan. So there's some things to look forward to. And
Hell yeah.
Yeah, make sure you follow us on TikTok and Instagram and all that good jazz. And we'll be back next week. Peace.